Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. Let's begin with a short meditation. Kindly sit straight and make sure your vertebral column, your spinal column is erect. And slowly close your eyes. Try to observe your breath. Breathing normally, but fully conscious about each and every inhalation and exhalation that passes through your body. As you watch your breath, you'll also feel relaxed and feel completely relaxed after some time. Now let's chant Om 3 times. As we chant Om, visualize the sound of Om rising from deep within. Kindly take a deep breath. Feel the reverberations of Om, both internally as well as externally. And also imagine the sound of Om to merge into silence. Once again, bring your awareness on your breathing. And now, as you breathe in, chant the mantra Ma silently along with your in-breath. And Om when you breathe out. Ma is a representation of divine love. And Om of divine light. You need not visualize love and light. Just feel the vibrations of love and light filling your heart. And continue like that for some time. Slowly and slowly the reverberations of Ma and Om become more and more subtle. Instead of the physical sound, you just feel the vibrations of Ma and Om. Feel your heart being filled with that divine love and light. And your heart expanding like a flower bud that blossoms into a beautiful and fragrant flower. Filling you with peace, with bliss, with silence and with contentment. Let us now chant the mantra Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And while chanting the mantra, imagine a ray of light going out from your heart, filled with love, with light, with bliss, and with compassion and contentment, and falling upon each and every being in this world. And as the light falls on each one of them, imagine they also become more loving, more peaceful, more blissful, and more content. Om Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha 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 Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Dhyayamo Dhavlabagundhanavatim Tejomayim Naishtikim Snigdha Pangavilokinim Bhagavatim Mandasmidashrimukim Valsalyamritavarshinim Sumathuram Sankirtanalapinim Shamangi Madhasikta Suktim Amritanandatmikam Ishwarim Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Parambaram Sruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Loga Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhadarayanam Sutra Bhashakratau Vande Bhagavandau Punapunaha Ishwarau Guru Rakmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagini Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. In the last session, we saw when Lord Krishna jumped upon Kalia and started dancing on Kalia, whereupon he first feigned to be in the grip of Kalia, and the gopis and the gopas looking at him had fallen. Some of them had fallen unconscious, some of them were crying. And everybody from the Brija, Nanda Gopa and Yashodama, everybody came running to see the scene. And not only the people, but also the celestials also came to see the scene because it was a very beautiful and rare scene. And slowly what happened was Lord Krishna climbed upon Kalia's head and started stomping on his head. Thereby, Kalia started vomiting blood. And finally, as Lord Krishna was jumping up and down on him, on Kalia, the serpent, his wives came and appealed to Lord Krishna, asking him to release Kalia because they supplicated to Lord Krishna saying that if the husband is not there, then how can the wife survive? And so Lord Krishna finally agreed to that, and he gave up jumping on Kalia. And so then the wives of Kalia started extolling praises on Krishna, and we know that it was filled with devotion, and they were describing Lord Krishna in such a manner that they were saying that he is the indwelling spirit within everything. And they were saying that the king of serpents, in spite of being born of tamas and ferocious disposition, has secured the privilege of being blessed by Lord Krishna's feet, which is so difficult to attain. And not only that, since the feet has touched on Kalia, he has also become divine. And they were also telling him that he's the knower of everything, the high-low, the director of everything. And so You're saying that they were asking Lord Krishna to pardon the mistakes committed by Kalia without knowing who Lord Krishna was. And so Lord Krishna, being thus extolled and appealed by the wives of Kalia, released Kalia. And when, as we saw, that when Kalia got his vital energy back and sense powers, slowly he started praising Lord Krishna. And so he was saying that we are the evil-natured by birth, and so we cannot get over that nature. So there is a beautiful simile here, and we can see that when Kalia talks about this, he says that we are evil-natured by birth, being given to dark passions and extreme anger. And what one is by nature cannot be got over. It is by the compulsion of their nature that people in this world entertain evil desires. O Father, it is Thou that didst create this universe with its infinite variations in character, powers, strength, heredity, mental dispositions, and forms. O Lord, among these creations of Thine, we serpents are a tribe enslaved by inborn ferocity. This being the work of Thy insurmountable Maya, how, O Omnipotent One, can we, deluded creatures, overcome it by our unaided strength? So that's a beautiful way of expressing each of our condition. Same, it's just like Kalia. We are also all deluded, and we are slaves to our passions, anger, and also we act accordingly without awareness by the compulsion of our nature, and thereby entertaining evil desires or harming others as well. So, question is, as Kalia asks, this universe has been created by Thee. That's what you're the Father of the universe. So you have created this universe with its infinite variations in character, powers, strength, and heredity and mental disposition. And he says, out of these creations of Thine, the serpents are a tribe enslaved by inborn ferocity. So we are saying that, in same as we are, these mental dispositions are given to us at the time of birth. And so how can we go over or surmount this Maya that has been created by the Creator Himself? In one sense, we can blame God or the Creator, saying that all these things has been given to us, and we are enslaved by that. We don't have an escape, and it is our nature. And thereby act accordingly. But at the same time, we have been shown a path which is higher. Not only by the Guru, by all the saints who have taken birth after birth on this earth, and they have shown us how to live and lead a human's life. And so we can have the discrimination to follow their path, or continue to supplicate and support our negativities and live accordingly. So the question is ours. So the Creator has given us these two choices. So how do you, one of the things that Kalia here says is, it's insurmountable. And these vasanas, these latent tendencies, anger, ferocity, everything, is insurmountable, which cannot, we cannot do that. So how we do that? So that's why Lord Krishna has to come and jump upon our ego, just like he did on Kalia. So he's saying that, Kalia is saying, thou alone can help us in this, O omniscient one. To save us or to destroy us is in thy hands. And so we can say that the Guru has to come and start operating upon our ego. And how does the Guru operate on the ego? That is, first is stomping on the senses, because those senses are right now are not under our control. So they have to contain the senses. And just like Lord Krishna was jumping on the hood, which is the, which we can say is the example of the five senses. And when Lord Krishna jumped on it, first, what came out was poison. And similarly, this is what happens when Amma tries to strain, in one way, put a constraint on our sense organs. We start getting angry at her. We start cursing her. We start doing all these things. And we ask this question, why are you doing this? So as Amma says, when a person graduates from being a devotee to a disciple, what is the difference between a disciple and a devotee? A devotee can also always come and have that bhakti and all these things, but a disciple is one who is inclined and who is surrendered to be disciplined, and by the Guru. So it is just a small difference and a small transition and the amount of surrender is what determines how one is a disciple or one is a devotee. And as the disciple surrenders, that's when the Guru takes over, just like Lord jumped on Kalia and started dancing on that. The same way, Guru starts having that constraint on the different sense organs of the disciple. I remember one of my own experiences, how Amma constrained. She did not jump on my head, but she had different ways of controlling my senses, even though she was not present physically. I was given the seva, or maybe I chose that seva because I wanted to go out of the ashram, escape out of the ashram. And so I used to go out and buy the provisions for the ashram. So I used to go to Kollam, the nearest city, because that's where it used to be cheaper than buying it in the nearby shops. So we had wholesale shops in Kollam. So I used to go to Kollam, used to go after the Archana, then around 8 in the morning I used to go buy all these things, maybe weekly once, and come back in the evening. initially, by the time I go, the food was not ready in those days. Nobody woke up at 4 or 5 in the morning. I mean, we all woke up, but nobody was preparing food because everybody was attending the Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, because also there were only very few people. So the brahmacharinis started their work only around 6 or 7 in the morning, and they started making food. And that was that was time required because there were only very few people, 30 or 40 of us. And by the time I left, there was no food, and initially I used to eat outside. A month later, Amma called me and asked me that, when you go out to buy these things, what do you do? How do you survive? So I said, Amma used to eat outside. So Amma said, no, you cannot eat outside. You shouldn't eat outside. So what you have to do is take food from the ashram when you go. So it was not easy because I would always say that I could have said to Amma, or I mentally told Amma that the food is not ready by the time I leave. So I took some fruits and I started eating fruits. But every time I would go, I would be looking at the different food items, sweets and everything. So I had my own interpretations of what I should not eat and what I should eat. So Amma said I should not eat only food outside. So I thought, I could eat sweets instead. So along with the fruits, I started eating sweets. A couple of weeks later, again, Amma called me and said, you don't seem to have lost weight. So what are you doing? So I said, Amma, this is what happens. And I take fruits outside, but sometimes I eat sweets. So Amma said, you should not eat sweets also. Okay. Then I was left without anything to eat. And 1 week what happened was I was supposed to buy laddus for the ashram and for Amma to be given as prasad to the devotees. So I thought I already made it into prasad even before Amma gave it. And I thought, I'm buying it already. So it's not, I'm taking it. And so I started eating a couple of them. And as I ate a couple of them, a couple more came out. And so I had about 3 or 4 or 5. That night, when I came back, I had a heavy stomachache and diarrhea. And the whole night I was running up and down to the bathroom. So in the morning, in those days, Amma used to come up and wake us up for Archana. She always used to have a bucket of water in her hand and a cup, and she would throw water on us to wake us up if we are sleeping. So she saw me writhing on the floor. So she asked me what happened. So I said, I'm having diarrhea. So then, as if she did not know, she asked, oh, my dear son, what did you have yesterday? So I kept quiet. I didn't want to tell the whole truth. So from that time onwards, when I used to, it was a long time ago now. Now it's not so. But when I saw laddu, it would remind me of that time when I used to go up and down to the bathroom. So from the desire to have laddu was gone, not forever, but for some time. So that's how the Guru curbs the desires and the sense organs in one way or the other. And so this, just like Lord Krishna was dancing on Kalia, and so Kalia is saying, only you can save us. That's what Kalia is saying. So Sri Shuka said, now Sri Shuka is telling Parikshit, the worshipful Lord who had assumed human form for a greater purpose said to the serpents as follows in response to their prayer. O serpents, do not stay here in the Yamuna. Men and cattle drink its waters. With your families and friends, go and reside in the sea without delay. A person, so he tells Kalia and his whole family, saying that you go and reside in the sea. And so now, Lord Shuka is saying, a person who remembers this episode of this is Lord himself is saying that, it's not Lord Shuka, it is Lord Krishna says. The Lord himself says, a person who remembers this episode of my curbing you and glorifies it in hymns in the morning and in the evening should have nothing to fear from you serpents. And whoever observes fast here, bathes in this part of the Yamuna where the above incidents have taken place and worships me, besides making obeisance to the deities, he will be released from all sins. So that's the beauty. He's saying that if you remember this story and glorifies and hymns in the morning, sings the hymns in the morning and the evening, so there is nothing to fear from the serpents. And how would you get that courage? How, just by singing the praises of the Lord, can you get courage from the serpents? So, in which way will you get courage? So, you have to understand that Lord Krishna had danced on Kalia and curbed him, and Lord Krishna had sent him away. So if you think that the Lord is with you, or Amma is with you, the Guru is with you, then what is the fear from serpents? So whosoever, he also says, whosoever observe fast here and bathes in this part of the Yamuna where the above incidents have taken place, he will be released from all sins. So it's not just coming and taking a bath. So recently, you must have heard about the Kumbh Mela, Maha Kumbh Mela, right? And millions had come and taken a bath in the river. And did everybody get rid of their sins just because they took bath? I mean, they might have got rid of their sins to a certain extent. And some of them would have done so many things, so many of the rituals. Some of them would have just gone there as a tourist, taken a dip and come back. And if they had got rid of their sins, the moment they come out, they should be realized. But none of them got realization. So which means they have not been absolved of their sins, right? Sins meaning here, being away from the Lord, not thinking about God or the Guru. So here, what it is necessary is also to understand. That's why he says, who have understood where the incidents have taken place and worships me. So that is more important. So just going there and taking a bath and coming out, it will not get you rid of you of your sins. You know, one of the saints would always comment about this Ganga Snanam, where, you know, taking a bath in the river Ganga, where as you know, in all the stories or Puranas, it has explained that if you take a dip in the Ganga, all your sins will be absolved. So the saint said, interestingly, when he was asked this question, then why are not people not getting rid of their sins? He said, the moment you go into the Ganga, the sins all go and sit on top of a tree. And as soon as you take the bath and come back, they will jump upon you. So this is one of the funniest thing is, I knew one of my uncles, he used to go to Shabarimala, the famous Ayyappan temple. And before going there, you're supposed to take a vow for 40 days. And the 41st day is the day when you have to start going for the pilgrimage. And he was a drunkard. He used to drink alcohol every day. But except for these 40 days, he was very, very, very meticulous that he would not drink. And he used to have a clean life for the 40 days. And the 41st day, he would go to the temple. And the 42nd day, as soon as he comes down, he'll start drinking again. He's just waiting. He's rushing to the nearest liquor shop. And this is what many of the devotees do. In a 42nd day, they are absolved. And so it starts again. As in Amma's, one of the Amma's songs, Shakti Rupeshi, is saying that then what is the use of going to the temple or taking fasts? And then doing the same things which you have done, all the sins. So what we do is we have to remember not only the story, but also to worship the Lord, praise the Lord, and do the rituals and the spiritual practices. So he said, now Lord tells Kalia, you left the island of Ramanaka and came to stay here because of the fear of Suparna, that is Garuda. Garuda is the vehicle of Lord Vishnu, the eagle. And now that you bear the marks of my feet on your head, he will not do any harm to you. So he's saying that now that as I stepped on you and you have the mark of my feet, Garuda is not going to do any harm to you. So Sri Shuka said, to the worshipful Krishna of unique deeds, Kalia and his wives offered worship and presents with great joy and devotion. They adored him with tributes of rare clothes, necklaces, gems, ornaments, unguents, and garlands of blue lotuses. After worshipping and propitiating the Lord, who had the eagle Garuda for his vehicle, the serpent Kalia circumambulated him and started with his permission to the Ramanaka island in the sea, taking with him his wives, children, and friends. From that time, by the blessing of the ever-playful Lord, the water of Yamuna was rid of poison and became sweet like nectar. So, when Kalia was given the assurance that Garuda will not disturb him in any way, he moved towards the sea. And before he going to the sea, he circumambulated the Lord, and then with his permission, the Lord's permission, asking for his permission, he went to the Ramanaka island. And now the Raja means here Parikshit, asked, why did Kalia at first leave Ramanaka, the abode of the serpents? What was the offense that Kalia of all serpents did to displease Garuda? So, as the story goes, Kalia was living in this island called Ramanaka. And that's where he moved from Ramanaka to the Yamuna river in Kalindi, or Kalindi river. And so what happened was, he's asking this question, what was the offense that Kalia did? So that to displease Garuda. Garuda is the eagle. And Sri Shuka said, in order to be free from the fear of snake bite, people used to make monthly offerings to serpents at the foot of a certain tree. On all full moon days, all the serpents who received such offerings used to make a presentation of them to Garuda for their own protection from his attack. But Kalia, the son of Kadru was his mother, proud of his strength and the power of his poison, slighted Garuda and appropriated to himself all the offerings set apart by the other serpents for Garuda. Learning of this, Garuda, who was so dear to Mahavishnu, became angry and rushed to the spot with a view to kill Kalia. Kalia, equipped with his weapon of poison, resisted the attacking Garuda with his numerous hoods uplifted. Displaying his frightening tongues and his fierce and expanded eyes, he further inflicted wounds on Garuda with his poisonous fangs. The vehicle of the Lord and the fierce fighter that Garuda was, he totally disregarded the attack of Kalia and struck him with his golden-hued left wing, treating him as an unworthy foe. Trembling from the blow of Garuda's wing, Kalia escaped to a pool in Kalindi, which is Yamuna, which Garuda was debarred from approaching owing to a sage's curse. So he's saying, so we have to just look at a little bit of the history there. Kalia means was the son of Kadru. Kadru and Vinada were the wives of Rishi Kashyapa. As you know, there was also so many other wives which we had seen earlier, and of Kashyapa. But Kadru and Vinata was the wives of Kashyapa. And Vinata had asked for 1,000 children. And Kadru had asked for 1,000 children, whereas Vinata had asked only for 2. So Kadru was blessed by Kashyapa to have these 1,000 serpents as her children, and she is known as the mother of all snakes. And Vinata was the mother of Aruna, which is the vehicle of the god of sun, and Garuda, who is the vehicle of Lord Vishnu. So that's how they were born, both Kalia and Garuda. And there was a little bit of history because Kadru and Vinata used to compete with one another. Kadru was more cunning and sly than Vinata, who was very, you can say, very pious lady. And one time what happened was they saw this celestial horse, which came out of the churning of the Milky Ocean, which is known as Uchchaishravas. And Kadru, when she saw Uchchaishravas, the horse, said, it's black in color. Or some interpretation is that the tail was black in color, whereas the horse was white. And Vinata, who saw this, said, no, it's white in color. So they took a bet and said the next day when the horse comes, let's look at it, and whoever loses the bet, should become the slave of the other one. So that's where it started, the fight between the stepsons. And what happened was the next day, Kadru asked, who knew that the horse was completely white, asked her sons, her children, called her children and said, you should go and cover the horse. Because the snakes are black in color. So if you cover the horse's body, or as I said in some other cases, the horse's tail, I will win the bet. And many of the snakes were not agreeable to this, and they said it is adharma. It is not righteous. It's not right for you to do like that. But she wanted to win the bet somehow or the other. So, to those who did not listen to her, she cursed them and said, there will be a great serpent yajna in which all of you will be sacrificed in the fire and you will all be killed by dropping into the fire, which we'll see later. And so, which happened later, what happened was, I'll just give you a brief story about that. As you know, Parikshit was bitten by the snake Takshaka. So his son, Janamejaya, got so angry that his father was bitten by a snake. So he did a snake sacrifice to kill all the snakes. He started a sacrifice. And so all the snakes that were cursed by Kadru fell into the sacrificial fire. And so, coming back to our story with Garuda and Kalia, what happened was finally one of the snakes, Takshaka, was agreeable, and what he did was he covered the body of Uchchaishravas, the horse, with his coiled around Uchchaishravas and or around the tail. And when they saw, Kadru said, look, now it's black. Uchchaishravas, the horse, is black. And so she made Vinata her slave for many thousands of years, as I said. And finally, Garuda, who was so angry, had to come and enslave her and get her out of that slavery. And that's where the enmity started between the stepsons. Both of them are stepsons of Kashyapa, right? Coming from two mothers, but the same father. So Garuda was completely angry at the mother of the snakes, which he showed it to the snakes as well. And so that's one of the reasons why Garuda was angry with the snakes, the serpents. But the other reason which they are saying is that the serpents were given monthly offerings, and especially on full moon days. And when they received that offering, most of them used to give it to Garuda in order to protect them, because Garuda should not attack them. And by nature itself, the eagle is an enemy of snake. And the eagle eats the snakes also, attacks the snakes, eats the snakes by nature. So that is another reason. And so what happened was Kalia did not offer his portion to Garuda, saying that I am very strong. I am also the king of serpents, and I have the strength. So what happened was, then learning about this, Garuda became so angry that he rushed to the spot to kill Kalia. But Kalia started attacking him. But Garuda protected himself by inflicting wounds on Kalia with just his wings. That's all he did. He just threw him away with his wings. So that's the reason why Kalia had to go away from the Ramanaka island to Yamuna river. So that's what the explanation was given by sage Shuka to King Parikshit. So, trembling, he says, trembling from the blow of Garuda's wing, Kalia escaped to the pool in Kalindi, which Garuda was debarred, because Garuda could not enter there, to Yamuna. That's the only place where he could not enter because of a sage's curse. How did the sage curse him? Once when hungry, Garuda wanted to catch fish. He was prohibited from doing so in that region of Yamuna by the sage Saurabhi. But owing to the pinch of hunger, Garuda caught one. Finding all the fish in drooping spirit on account of the death of their chief, the sage Saurabhi said as follows for the protection of the fish and other creatures in that region: if Garuda in future enters this region and catches fish, he will die at once. My words shall be true. This curse was known to Kalia alone and not to any other serpent. So out of fear, Garuda, he came to stay in the Yamuna until he was sent back to Ramanaka by Krishna. So in the sense that Garuda was cursed by the sage Saurabhi because he caught one fish where he was not supposed to. And then the sage uttered the curse saying that if he catches another fish, he will die. So out of fear, Garuda never came there, which was known only to Kalia. And that's why Kalia escaped to Yamuna river, where he would not be disturbed by Garuda. And seeing Krishna coming out safe from the serpent pool in Kalindi, bedecked with rare necklaces, unguents, silk robes, gems, and golden ornaments, the Gopas got up from their paralyzed state, just as all the senses do when prana, vital energy, is restored, and embraced him with intense joy and satisfaction. On getting back, Krishna, life returned, together with a sense of intense happiness to Yashoda, Rohini, Nanda, and the Gopis and the Gopas. So they were almost dead when they saw that Lord Krishna was in the grip of Kalia. But now, when they saw that he was returning, everybody started having the energy coming back to their body. And Rama, that is Balarama, his brother, who knew Krishna's prowess very well, embraced him with laughing. Because Balarama already knew what was going to happen, and what would happen to the Lord. Nothing will happen to the Lord. And great was the joy of all the cows, bulls, and the calves, as also of the trees on the river bank, which hitherto, dry from the effect of poison, now bloomed. So just imagine, all the trees, even the trees, the animals, everything started becoming so blissful because, first of all, the poison was removed, and then also the fact that Lord Krishna came back. The gurus of Nanda, along with their wives, now came to Nanda and said, owing to the good fortune of all concerned, your son has escaped from the coils of Kalia. As an expression of joy for Krishna's safe return, you ought to give us gifts. So they are taking their own rewards. So they said, now that Lord Krishna has come back, so give us our gifts. And Nanda, with great joy, made presentation of cows and gold to them. And the great and the good old lady Yashoda, having got back her son, who was thought lost, embraced him, put him on her lap, and bathed him in tears of joy. So now, Yashodama, who saw Krishna, you remember, still Lord Krishna was only 6 years old at that time. So she took him back, embraced him, and then put him on her lap. And she was crying out of joy for having her son back. Even though, she was just the mother who brought him up. She was full of joy, and everybody was in bliss. So, since everybody is in bliss, we'll stop here for this session, and we'll come to the next one in the next class or the next opportunity. As I mentioned earlier, this is a stark reminder for all of us. Now, how to get rid of the poison of the mind that arises from our minds. And there's only one thing. We have to allow the God or the Guru to dance within our hearts. So, and thereby, jumping up and down on our minds and sucking or taking out all the poison residing in the mind and surrendering to the Guru. This is a beautiful message about why you need to surrender. Because the power, we can never understand the power of the senses. As you know, the scriptures explain about these different animals which have only one sense, which is strong. For example, the elephant likes the touch, the sense of touch. So, how do the people catch elephants? Is like sending a female elephant, and when the female elephant goes near the male elephant wants to touch the female, and that sense of touch slowly leads him to a trap where he will be trapped and enslaved. And similarly, we talk about the fly or the bees which go into and suck honey, the sweetness, and the flower just closes after some time, and the honey remains and dies inside. And these different insects or animals which slowly have just one sense organ as their really strong one, and they are trapped by these sense organs. So what to talk about human beings who have 5 sense organs always active. So we are enslaved not just by 1 but 5. And all these sense organs take us to and lead us to different directions. One will tell us to go through the nose, one will ask us to take us through the mouth, another with the eyes, so on and so on. So the only way to escape, as in the story of Kalia, is to surrender, to have that surrender to the Guru or the Lord. And by surrendering alone can be escape from the clutches of senses. So let's remember that this is the beautiful reminder of that story, and surrender to the Guru. And surrender means we have to get rid of our ego, and by allowing the Master, the Guru, to work upon us. That's all you need to do. As we say, that only the work is just to go and lie down. The rest of the things will be done by the Guru. Just as in the case of a surgery, you just go lie down and the doctor does the rest. So similarly, but we don't want to lie down. We don't want, because the ego, the Kalia, is so powerful and doesn't want to surrender. So that's the whole problem. So unless and until we have that attitude to surrender our ego, this is not going to end, because one day or the other, one sense, just one sense organ or one sense, the power of one sense will draw us out of the path. That's all that is needed. So it's so, it is so dangerous, and it can take us away from the path anytime, anywhere. So we'll have to be on guard, surrendering ourselves continuously to the wishes of the Guru, obeying the Guru, and following what the Guru says. So let's remember this and continue with our spiritual practices. Om Amriteshwari Namah.
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे अमृतेश्वरी माँ।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे अमृतेश्वरी माँ।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे अमृतेश्वरी माँ। शक्ति दे भक्ति दे अमृतेश्वरी माँ।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे अमृतेश्वरी माँ।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे अमृतेश्वरी माँ।
शक्ति दे भक्ति
की आशा है, मन मेरा प्यासा है।
दर्शन की आशा है, मन मेरा प्यासा है।
दर्शन की आशा है, मन मेरा प्यासा है।
दर्शन की आशा है, मन मेरा प्यासा है।
आज मेरी इतनी सी बात मानिए,
आज मेरी इतनी सी बात मानिए।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे अमृत, शक्ति दे
भक्ति दे अमृतेश्वरी माँ।
चारों ओर अंधेरा है, माया में घेरा है।
चारों अंधेरा है, माया में घेरा है।
चारों ओर अंधेरा है, माया में घेरा है।
चारों अंधेरा है, माया में घेरा है।
ज्ञान का दिया मन में जला दीजिए,
ज्ञान का दिया मन में जला दीजिए।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे अमृत, शक्ति दे
भक्ति दे अमृतेश्वरी माँ।
दुखों का सागर है, पापों का सागर है।
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 मेरी टूटी नैया को पार कीजिए,
मेरी टूटी नैया को पार कीजिए।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे
अमृतेश्वरी माँ।
शक्ति दे
भक्ति दे अमृतेश्वरी माँ।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे।
शक्ति दे भक्ति दे 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 गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो 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 गुण गाना तेरे सुन है गणेश कृपा निधि तुम सबके ईशा दीन बंधु तुम जग के त्रादा दीन बंधु तुम जग के त्रादा पार्वती नंदन षण्मुख ब्रादा गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो
गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो
तुम हो प्रभु गुण गान के सागर सुर मुनि मन में नित्य जागर
तुम हो प्रभु गुण ज्ञान के सागर सुर मुनि मन में जागर
करु प्रसन्न में कैसे नाधा करु प्रसन्न में कैसे नाधा प्रेम भक्ति सब सुख के दादा गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो
गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो
मेरे मन में अब एक ही आशा एक ही आस दर्श को प्यासा
मेरे मन में अब एक ही आशा एक ही आस दर्श को प्यासा
हृदय कमल तेरी औज में फूले हृदय कमल तेरी औज में फूले मिठे अंधियारा मन मौज में झूले गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो
गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय
गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो
गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो
गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो
गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो गणेशाय नमो जय जय गणेशाय नमो
गणेशाय नमो
गणेशाय नमो
गणेशाय नमो
गणेशाय नमो
मेरे हृदय श्री राम बसे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे मेरे हृदय श्री राम बसे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे तुम जो हो प्रभु दया के सागर
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 फिर क्यों खाली मेरे खागर
तुम जो हो प्रभु दया के सागर फिर क्यों
कब लोगे मेरे खबर तुम्हारा के न जाए जीवन की खबर तुम्हारा
जीवन की
चलते चलते पग हारे मेरा मन सिया राम जबे मेरा मन सिया राम जबे मेरा मन
सिया राम जपे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे
मेरे हृदय श्री राम बसे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे
मेरे हृदय श्री राम बसे तेरा मन सिया राम जपे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे
राम जी की भजन में ए बल जो बड़ा
राम जी के भजन में है बल जो बड़ा
राम जी के भजन में ए बल जो बड़ा
राम जी के भजन में है बल जो बड़ा
द्वार सबरी के चल के आना पड़ा
राम जी के भजन में है बल जो बड़ा द्वार सबरी के चल के आना पड़ा
गुंजे हैं कन लेके राम नाम राम 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 एक घन श्याम नाम
गूंजे हैं कन लेके राम 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 हे घनश्याम राम
चलते चलते पग हारे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे
मेरा मन सिया राम जपे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे
मेरे हृदय श्री राम बसे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे
मेरे हृदय श्री राम बसे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे मेरा मन सिया राम जपे
मेरा मन सिया राम जपे तू कुछ न ले जाएगा, नाम हरि का जब ले संग वही आएगा।
कृष्ण ले आया तू कुछ न ले जाएगा, नाम हरि का जब ले संग वही आएगा।
कुछ न ले आया तू कुछ न ले जाएगा, नाम हरि का जब ले संग वही आएगा।
कृष्ण ले आया तू कुछ न ले जाएगा, नाम हरि का जब ले संग वही आएगा।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल।
होगा क्या कल ये न तुझको खबर है, कुछ दिनों की है रे जीवन सफर है।
होगा क्या कल ये न तुझको खबर है, कुछ दिनों का है रे जीवन सफर है।
समय न गवा तू,
हरि हरि बोल,
समय न गवा तू,
हरि हरि बोल,
समय न गवा तू,
हरि हरि बोल,
समय न गवा तू।
हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल।
सुख में सब साथ रहे, दुख में न कोई रे, अपने से बढ़कर न प्रेम कर कोई रे।
सुख में सब साथ रहे, दुख में न कोई रे, अपने से बढ़कर न प्रेम करे कोई रे।
समय न गवा तू,
हरि हरि बोल,
समय न गवा तू,
हरि हरि बोल,
समय न गवा तू,
हरि हरि बोल,
समय न गवा तू।
हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल।
कुछ न ले आया तू कुछ न ले जाएगा, नाम हरि का जब ले संग वही आएगा।
कुछ न ले आया तू कुछ न ले जाएगा, नाम हरि का जब ले संग वही आएगा।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल।
होगा क्या कल ये न तुझको खबर है, कुछ दिनों की है रे जीवन सफर ये।
होगा क्या करे न तुझको खबर है, कुछ दिनों के है जीवन सफर ये।
सुख में सब साथ रहे, दुख में न कोई रे, अपने से बढ़कर न प्रेम कर कोई रे।
में सब साथ रहे, दुख में न कोई रे, अपने से बढ़कर न प्रेम करे कोई रे।
समय न गवा तू,
हरि हरि बोल,
समय न गवा तू,
हरि हरि बोल,
समय न गवा तू,
हरि हरि बोल,
समय न गवा तू।
हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल।
सकलागम निगमानि सुचरिते अमृतानन्दमयी निखिलामय जननी वन्दे अमृतानन्दमयी पदिदोद्धार निरंतर हृदये अमृतानंदमये परमहंस पद निलये देवी अमृतानंदमये माता अमृतानंदमये
हे जननी जनि मरण निवारिणी
अमृतानंदमये हे श्रित जन परिपालिनी अमृतानंदमयी माता अमृतानंदमयी सुरजन पूजित जय जगदम्बा अमृतानंदमयी सहज समाधि सुरंगे देवी अमृतानंदमयी माता अमृतानंदमयी माता अमृतानंदमयी माता अमृतानंदमयी ॐ जय जय जगजननी वन्दे अमृतानन्दमयी मंगलारती माता भवानी अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानंदमयी। जय बोलो सद्गुरु माता अमृतानंदमयी देवी की जय। अमृतेश्वरी मंगलम प्रणमदा मुक्तिप्रदे मंगलम भुवनेश्वरी मंगलम सुकृतिना एकाश्रये मंगलम अमृतेश्वरी प्रदे मङ्गलम्
भुवनेश्वरी मङ्गलम् सुकृतिना एकादशी मङ्गलम्
हृदयेश्वरी मङ्गलम् हृदिलसत्तेजोमयी मङ्गलम् मृदुभाषिणी मङ्गलम् विजयदा प्रेमावृदे मङ्गलम् विजयदा प्रेमावृदे मङ्गलम् विजयदा प्रेमाकृते मङ्गलम्
असतोमा सद्गमय तमसोमा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो